name that gives us history. Name that gives us worth and purpose of being. Name that identifies us with our earthly pedigree.
All right.
Go ahead.
Name is important.
Yes, sir.
And you look back in biblical times and along the biblical order, names carried great significance. Amen. And name, it meant something. When you name a child,
Yes, sir.
it's what that child is going to be called.
Yeah.
And that, in its essence, will help propel that child. Or it will help hinder that child.
All right. Make it plain. Make it plain.
It's something to the name.
Yes, sir.
Amen.
Amen.
Your name may not be recognizable in the earthly plane. Some folk may know you, some may not know you.
All right.
Some won't even care to know you.
Come on now. All right.
But name has purpose attached.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Has purpose attached.
That's purpose.
And because of that very foundational fact, it's not good to be called out of your name.
Come on now. All right.
Listen. If you're going to address me, then address me by my name.
Come on.
And if you don't want to address me by my name, then don't address me at all. I like Fantasia. He said, if you don't want me, don't talk to me. Go ahead and free yourself.
Come on.
Call me by my name. The other side of that is, for the younger genre among us this morning, why are you always answering to addresses that don't fit your name?
Go ahead.
If that's not your name, why are you responding? Why? Just tell me why. If that's not what's on your birth certificate, if that's not what's at the Social Security office, if that's not what's downtown at the county records building, why do you keep answering to all those low-lying addresses that don't fit your name? Do I need to go any further with that? I don't need to call out no alphabet for you. You know where I'm going with that.
Very well.
Name has purpose attached. Name means something. Has validity, has honor. It has significance. And that's the way God designed it. You see names in the Old Testament and the New Testament. They not only have, it's not only limited to an earthly connotation, but it has spiritual significance to it. Are y'all with me? When I start looking at this first missionary team here in the early church. And the name that are used here, name like Barnabas. Amen. Amen. His name means something. It reminds us that when we move on, and when God moves us on in life's journey, and then our spiritual journey, there is a great significance attached to what we are called. Are y'all with me here? Because what we are called ultimately reveals not only our greatness, but God's greatness. It not only reveals our generosity, but God's generosity. It not only reveals our goodness, but it ultimately reveals God's goodness. Now, who in here this morning can really declare that your greatness is greater than God? Or your goodness, amen, supersedes the goodness of God? Or your generosity supersedes the generosity of God? None of us. None of us. And for that very fact, brothers and sisters, we are relegated this morning to recognize that when God takes the time to change your name, when he moves to give us a new identity, when he moves to allow us to look the same on the outside, but transformation takes place and is taking place on the inside. Oh yeah. That's the dynamic for God to change something, to transform your name, man. Give you a new identity. Give you a new way of walking. Give you a new way of talking. Give you a new way of relating and interrelating. In other words, he changes your swag. You got more swag now. You can move with more fluid and flexibility. Why? Because you know by now you're connected with somebody much greater than who you are, who even gave you your earthly name. That greatness is found in the person of Jesus Christ. My brothers and sisters, I just want to share this morning with you how important it is to know when and why we celebrate a name change. Amen. Sometimes we understand names have been changed to protect the innocent. Well, I tell y'all this morning, all of us are guilty before the Lord. And apart from him, my name may not be on the most wanted list. But my name is written in the Lamb Book of Life. That's worthy of celebration. So my brothers and sisters, the breakthrough came when the proclamation was given of the gospel of Jesus Christ. God had already ordained his church. Amen. He planted the seed in the Old Testament. It's concealed in the Old Testament. It's revealed in the New Testament. Have I got a witness here? And so the breakthrough came. Even though the early church, they were being buffeted. They were handling persecution. They were being attacked on every side. God reminded them that, listen, just because you're under duress don't mean deliverance is not in my plan. God is simply reminding us from this church in the first century and all that they had to endure. I'm not trying to hinder you. I'm trying to help you. I'm not trying to cause your demise. I'm trying to cause your deliverance. I'm not trying to deliberately give you problems. I want you to know who the real solution is. I'm not trying to make you beg. I just want to see how you're going to praise me when you come through. Listen, I want you to understand something about who I really am. And who you are attached to. And what's your connection now? They were moving, persecution moved them. And they were looking for refuge. And, amen, trying to get away from the persecution. It was hard on them. And it even started with Stephen. He was the first one who, amen, would receive the badge of martyrdom for the church. And he was one who would set a course that persecution would soon follow the rest of those who would seek to follow after Jesus the Christ. And you ought to know today, brothers and sisters, if you name his name, if you claim allegiance to him, if you love being loyal to him, every now and then folk will let you know they don't really care about your name, who you are connected to, where you come from. And a lot of that is because of your loyalty and allegiance to Jesus Christ. Have I got any help in here? Unbelievers were there in Antioch. They were there to persecute and continue to buffet the Christians. In other words, they were there ultimately to mock them. To let them know that there was no power in the name of Christ. Somebody in here listening and looking at me right now, you know that if you can't get no power or energy, amen, or any validity from anywhere else in this world, you can get it from Jesus. Just the mention of his name. The enemy gets upset. Folks don't want to hear what you have to say. They, amen, will ostracize you and put you on the lower plane of life as being ignorant and unlearned, believing in all that superstitious stuff. I tell y'all this morning, I'd rather, amen, go to heaven, amen, being labeled as one who's superstitious, and go to hell for those who, amen, believe in the scientific origin of where man comes from. I tell you this morning, I can't buy into that notion. Why? Because I believe God is too good and too great, amen, to have me come from a monkey and have both of us still here. I'm just saying. Maybe you don't think on no terms. Amen. When I read my Bible, I discover, amen, that man is the capstone of God's creation. In other words, amen, God gave man the ability to ration and reason. Not a dog, not a monkey, not a cow, not a horse. Amen, not a cat, not a pigeon, not a parrot. No. He gave that to man and man alone. The problem is man act more like animals today, amen, than the animals acting like humans. I just want to let you know this morning that there's something about, amen, when God puts his hands on you. Are y'all with me here? And the record is clear, brothers and sisters. Then they departed, they moved. Barnabas, he was moving. The Spirit moved him toward, amen, the hometown of Paul. And there they were to seek out Saul. Amen. The word says that they were going to network and join up together. Are y'all with me here? In other words, they were going to bind their efforts together, that they would not allow this persecution to take them out. The word said they moved on. In other words, they would be people of the book. Amen. Now, I wonder if there anybody else in here who are people of the book. I mean the book. I'm talking about this book. I'm talking about, amen, these 66, amen, books. This book, this, amen, which is really more than a book. Amen. Amen. But if you look at it, it's a book, isn't it? But when you open it up, it has life. It has life-giving